Good morning, students. In last class, we have discussed about the excretory system. So, in excretory system, we have studied what are the main excretory products present in an excretory system, that is aminotelic, ureotelic, as well as uricotelic organisms. Later, we have studied the structure of the kidney, where the kidney is made up of numerous minute cells are presenting. They are called as uniferous tubules, or otherwise we can call them as the nephrons. So, the nephrons are the structural and functional units of the kidneys. And later we have studied the structure of nephron. In nephron will consist of the Bowman's capsule, where it includes glomerulus and Malpighian tubule. In Malpighian tubule it includes Bowman's capsule and glomerulus, later a proximal convoluted tubule, later it is Henle's loop, where ascending as well as descending as well as ascending limb, and next one is distal convoluted tubule, a collecting duct, as well as the peritubular capillaries. So, this is where we have studied, that is in the structure of the nephron, and we have later studied the urine formation. There are three steps of urine formation. One is the first one is glomerular filtration, and second one is tubular reabsorption, and the third one is tubular secretions. And later we have studied the mechanism of urine concentration, how the urine concentration is taken place from a hypertonic urine is secreted in the mammals, where that is how they are secreted, where it is taken place in a Henle's loop, that is U-shaped loop, that is descending, as well as the ascending limb. It is taken place where they are also taken place in the vas recta, where they are running parallel to the Henle's loop. The blood capillaries which are running parallel to the Henle's loop, we can call them as the vas rectas. In these vas rectas, as well as descending and ascending limb, the flow of fluids are taken place, where it becomes a more concentrated and urine formation is taken place, that we will discuss. And later we have discussed the regulation of kidneys, that is RAAS, that is renin, angiotensinogen aldosterone system, and also the atrial natriuretic factor, and also ADH hormone, that is antidiuretic hormone, where it causes a disease called as diabetes and insipidus. And later we have studied the other organs which are acts as the excretory organs. And also lastly we have discussed the disorders. Disorders are uremia, one is renal failure, and the third one is nephritis, and we have studied that is a gout, where here in the joints will consist of uric acid, deposition of uric acid is taken place, that is called as the gout. And later we have discussed that is about the artificial kidney or dialysis. So, there are two types of dialysis, one is hemodialysis and a peritoneal dialysis, that we have discussed. This is about a brief introduction about a last class what we have discussed in the excretory and their excretory products and their elimination. Now, coming to the next topic, that is the nervous coordination or nervous system. The nervous coordination, or we can use the word as the nervous system. So, here what is a nervous system means it is an integration of neurons, nerves, and nervous organs which are coordinate with one another and performs a specific function will be taken place. So, this process we can call as a nervous system or a nervous coordination. So, here it is an integration of integration of it is an integration and also the coordination of neurons, neurons, nerves, and also the nervous organs, and also the nervous organs which performs the functions, it is an integration and coordination of neurons, nerves and nervous system which coordinate and performs a specific function. Then this type of system we can call as the nervous system. So here it consists of mainly the neurons, the nerves and the nervous and organs are presenting, where here we know that it is an integration and coordination. Here coordination means it is a combination of 2 or more organs. Here coordination, what is the coordination means? Coordination means here it is a combination of 2 or more organs. It is a coordination, it is a combination of 2 or more organs functions together to perform the specific function. So this process is called as the coordination. That means here a coordination means it is a combination of 2 or more organs. For example, if you taken a place, if you are taken a place and physical exercises, if you make a physical exercises, here what happens, here it is integration. That means here integration is, it is taken place, the nerves are stimulated. Here the nervous system is stimulated. The nervous system as well as the nerves are stimulated. Nervous system as well as the respiratory system and also the circulatory system. Circulatory system. So here what happens, here in this nerves, here mainly in the form of nerves, lungs and also the heart. Here these are the 3 organs where they are excited. Here when exercises are taken place, the nerves are stimulated. Once the nerves are stimulated, here breathing is more, that means taking of oxygen and leaving of carbon dioxide. Here a more amount of oxygen is intake of, a more amount of oxygen is taken place. Along with this, here what happens means, here increase the rate of the heartbeat. So that increasing the rate of heartbeat, increase the rate of respiration and in excitation of nerves are taken place. So here these together, that means we can call that as a coordination of organs. So So when the coordination of organs are taken place, here what happens, here that means here two or more organs are combined together to form a specific a function will be taken place. So such condition we can call that as the coordination. So here a physical exercises, for example, if we taken place a physical exercise, here nerves are excited, that is nerve system. Respiration, that means your lungs are taken place, that means more amount of oxygen is taken place. So here it involves the respiratory system, and also the heartbeat is increases. So here involves in the circulatory system. So here it is a combination of two or more organs, then this process we can call as the coordination. When the coordination is taken place, here integration also will taken place, where here it helpful for the formation of the functioning of a specific a function will be taken place. So that is mainly will be taken place by the neurons, nerves and nervous organs are stimulated, where here this nervous system is also combined with a chemical coordination, that means hormones. So that here together we can call as the neurochemical, or you can call as neurochemical a coordination of system is taken place in our body. So here it takes place, that means not only here nervous system, or otherwise here we can use the word as neurochemical coordination. We can call as a neurochemical coordination. Why means here a neural system, that means nervous system is combined with the hormones or the chemical substances which are secreted, they are called as hormones. They are together, they combine together and performs the specific functions, and also they are integrated and also they are coordinated with each other. Coordinating with each other and performing a specific function will be taken place. So such type of system we can use the word as a neurochemical coordination or a nervous system. Here this nervous system is mainly consists of three parts. Here it consists of three parts. One is neurons and nerves as well as the nervous and organ. Here we know that neurons, what are neurons means, these are the neurons. What are neurons means, these are the structural and functional units of these are the structural and functional units, functional units of the nervous system, then they are called as the neurons, where the neurons in the nervous system, here it consists of trillions of neurons are presenting. These neurons are helpful for the passing of information from one part to the another part. So here these we can call them as the structural. It gives a definite shape for the nervous system, and also the function is it transport the impulse from one part to the another part, where here within fraction of seconds here impulse is taken place. So that here we can call that as the neurons are called as the structural as well as the functional units of the nervous system. And also here the nerves, what are nerves means, here these are the thread-like or cord-like structures which are present in nerve fibers, which are present in the nerve fibers are which is made up of a sheath of nerve bundles or a sheath of and connective tissues. The nerve fibers which are connected, which consist of a sheath of nervous tissues, they are called as the nerves. So here what are these nerves means? Nerves means we can call them as here what are the nerves? Here these are a thread-like. These are a thread-like or a cord-like structures. These are a thread-like or a cord-like structures which consist of nerve fibers, which consist of nerve fibers in a sheath of connective tissue. In a sheath of a connective tissue, then such type of are called as the nerves. So these are thread-like or a cord-like structure where they consist of nerve fibers are presenting. That nerve fibers are connected, consisting of a sheath of a connective tissues are presenting. So such them we can call them as the nerves. So here nervous organs. Here nervous organs in our body, the nervous organs here these organs are helpful for the controlling and a coordination of the body parts. Here the controlling the nervous organs are helpful for the controlling and coordinating of body parts. Here there are two nervous organs are present in our body. One is a brain and second one is the spinal cord. So these are the two main organs. So here it consists of the brain. It consists of the brain and the spinal cord. The brain and the spinal cord are presenting. These are the two type of nervous organs which are helpful for the controlling and coordinating. These are the organs will controls and coordinate the specific functions of the body. So such type of organs are called as the nervous and organs which are helpful for the specific, that means controlling and coordinating a smooth performing the body functions which are taken place in an organism. They are called as nervous organs. In our body there are two type of nervous organs are presenting. One is called as the brain and second one is called as the spinal cord. So here this in nervous system, it is a combination of neurons and nerves as well as the nervous organs which performs the functions and coordinate with one another and performs a specific function of an organism. Then this type of process we can call them as the nervous system, or otherwise we can call them as a neurochemical coordination. Why you can call as neurochemical coordination means here it is involve the hormones. Here involvement of hormones. That means hormones are also transmitted through the nerves and excited through. So here it is a combination of both nervous as well as chemical coordination. So you can call as a neurochemical coordination which is taken place in our body. So here if you see here, this is about the nervous system, and already we have studied about the neuron in the animal tissues. In animal tissues we have studied in these animal tissues the fourth one very important, that is we can call as the neural tissues or nerve tissues. So the nerves are the very important, where these are the structural as well as the functional units of the nervous system. Already was discussed where that is in the last class, that is in animal tissues we have discussed. Again briefly we will go for the introduction, that means briefly I will explain what is a neuron. Totally that means we will discuss now we will discuss about a brief introduction about the neurons. Later we will go for the nerves as well as how this nervous system is classified, we will discuss. So here a neuron. Here neurons are the structural as well as the functional units. These are the structural and functional units of the a nervous system. So here neurons will consist of the mainly already we have discussed in the animal tissues, that is neural tissues, but briefly I will explain again. Here dendrites, it is differentiated into three parts. One is dendrites, cyton and axon. Here dendrites, the hair-like structures which are arise from the cyton are called as the dendrites. And here the cyton, it is centrally placed part which is arising from the dendrites, and axons are arise from the cyton. From the cyton it arises the dendrites and axons are arising. Such part we can call as the cyton, or otherwise you can call them as a centron also. In centron or cyton will having a centrally placed nucleus with a dense cytoplasm. Along with this, it consists of Nissel's granules are presenting. And also here if you see here it consists of that means here the axons. Here Nissel's granules are helpful for the protein synthesis. Here once the neurons, here neurons are very important in the nervous system. In adults, once in adults here there is no cell division is not be taken place. In neurons, once the neurons are damaged, here the replacement will not be taken place. Once they are damaged, they are not be replaced. So here cell division will not be taken place in the nervous tissues. So in a best example, if we taken place the polio condition. Here when polio is taken place, here the nervous system is completely compressed. That means the function is not be taken place. So the organ functions will not be taken place. So here it is main important is the neurons does not undergoes a cell division. Here the neurons in embryonic stage they undergoes, but in adults, the neurons does not undergoes cell division. Why means if one cell division is losing, here what happens again they not be replaced. Example the polio condition. Example a polio. In a polio condition, here what happens in embryonic stage the replacement will taken place, but in adults once the deliberation is taken place or once the young ones are produced, here the nervous system will not be replaced once they are damaged means. So I means here in the centrioles in the nervous system or neurons, the centrioles are absenting where they does not undergo and cell division. So that is the main function which is taken place. Where here will having the axon, it is the cyton is connected with long cylindrical shaped structure is called as an axon. Here axon is surrounded by a fatty lipoproteinaceous layer. That lipoproteinaceous layer which is surrounded by an axon, that is called as a myelinated sheath. So here based on the presence of the myelinated, here the neurons are classified into myelinated axons as well as the non-myelinated axons. That myelinated axons are seen in all vertebrates, where here information is taken place very fast. Due to the presence of myelinated sheath, here information is passes a fraction of seconds. The information is passes from one neuron to the another neuron. Best example, when anyone have pinched, here it shows very quick response will be taken place. And also here a non-myelinated neurons are absent is presenting in the where here myelin sheath is absenting. If the myelin sheath is absent, then we can call them as non-myelinated axons or neurons. Here these are present, these non-myelinated neurons are present in invertebrates. They are present in an invertebrates where information or delay of an information is taken place in these organisms. And also in between the two myelinated sheath there is a gap is present. In that gaps is called as the nodes of Ranvier, where here exchanging of sodium and potassium ions are taken place, where here a nervous excitation or axial potentials are taken place. So here how the nerve transmission is taken place. How the nerve transfer, that means here nerve transformation is taken place, that means the transmission of nerves, the transmission of a nerve, that the transmission of nerve is mainly taken place, the exchanging of between two myelinated sheath, the sodium and potassium ions are exchanging or taken place where to neutralize the chloride and ions, where here that is taken place. How this transmission is taken place, that we will discuss detail in the next classes, that we will discuss. So here the nerve impulse, that means transmission of nerve impulse is taken place through the gaps, that gaps is called as the nodes of Ranvir. So inside the myelinated sheath, we will having a cell is presenting, that cell which is present inside myelinated sheath we call as them as the Schwann cell, where this Schwann cell will secretes the myelinated anaxon, or the Schwann cell will secrete the myelin sheath. The myelin sheath is secreted by the Schwann cell present in anaxons, and the terminal will having the telodendrites. So here the neurons, that means information is taken place from one neuron of telodendrites to the another neuron of dendrites. Here that information is processed, so that process is called as the synapse. So here what is the synapse means? The information is transmitted. The information is transmitted from one neuron of telodendrites. What is the synapse means? Synapse means transmission of information from one neuron of telodendrites and another neuron of dendrites. So the information is passing. So this process we can call as a synapse. So here what is synapse means? Information is passing from one neuron to the another neuron of telodendrites to the another neuron of dendrites. This information is passing, we can call as a synapse. How the synaptic information, that means when nerve impulse is taken place, when nerves are excited, how the information is transmitted, that will detail discussed in the next classes. That is how transmission of nerve impulse as well as how the transmission of impulse is taken place from one neuron to the another neurons. So this is a brief introduction about the neurons. Next coming to the nerves. So here nerves are three types of nerves are presenting. The nerves are three types, what are that we will discuss. So here the nerves. So what are nerves means? It is a thread-like or a cord-like, which are a bundle of nerve fibers. These are thread-like or a cord-like structures of a bundle of nerve fibers, nerve structure of a bundle of nerve fibers which enclosed in a sheath of connective tissues, connective tissues, then that is called as the nerves. That means bundle of nerve fibers are connected with connective tissues. So such type are called them as the nerves, where here the nerves are very important, where these nerves are helpful for the transmitting of the information from body parts to the brain, from brain to the body parts. So here there are three types of, based on their the information, passing of information, based on information, the nerves are classified. Nerves are classified into three types. These are classified into three types. One is called as the sensory nerves, and second one is the motor nerves, motor nerves, and the third one is the mixed nerves, mixed or associated the nerves. So here there are three types of nerves are presenting. One is called as sensory nerves, motor nerves, as well as the mixed or an associated the nerves. So here sensory nerves means the nerves which carries information, from body parts to the brain. Such type of nerves are called as the sensory nerves. So the nerves which carries information from body parts to the brain, that means carrying information from body parts to the brain, we can call them as sensory nerves. And the motor nerves, the nerves carries information from brain to body parts, then such type of nerves are called as the motor nerves. So here that means here sensory nerves from body parts to the brain, and motor nerves from brain to the body parts, if they are carrying information. So you can call as sensory and motor nerves. And mixed nerves means here it is a combination of, it carries here, so here it connects, these are it connects sensory as well as the motor nerves, sensory and motor nerves which are connected. The nerves which connects the sensory and the motor nerves. So such type of nerves are called as the mixed or an associated nerves. Now coming to the classification of the nervous system. How the nerve system is classified now will be discussed. So now coming to the classification of nervous system. The nervous system is mainly classified into two regions. Here mainly it is classified into three regions. So one is called as a central nervous system, central nervous system, and second one is the peripheral nervous system, and the third one is the autonomous nervous system. So here it is classified into three types. One is the central nervous system, a peripheral nervous system, as well as the autonomous nervous system. So in the central nervous system, here mainly will consist of two main organs are presenting. That two main organs are, one is a brain, and second one is called as the spinal cord. Here the central nervous system is mainly divided into two main parts. The two main parts are, one is called as the brain and second one is called as the spinal cord. The brain is connected to the last ending, terminal end of the brain is connected with the spinal cord. This spinal cord enters through into the vertebral column up to it enters into the second lumbar regions. So that is here the elongated in the anterior, that is in the head. The anterior part, which is elongated part, is called as brain and terminal part is called as spinal cord. This spinal cord is connected to the, that means the end of medulla oblongata is connected to the spinal cord. That spinal cord will enters into the vertebral column. Inside the vertebral column, it passes up to the second lumbar regions. Next, peripheral nervous system. Here peripheral nervous system will consist of that is it is also called as somatic nervous system also. It is also called as the somatic nervous system. Nervous system, where here it is classified into two types. It is divided into two types of nerves. They are called as cranial nerves, and second one is spinal nerves. So here what are cranial nerves means? The nerves which are arise from the brain. The brain, that means the nerves which are arise from the brain. Nerves which are arise from the brain are called as cranial nerves. So here there are 12 pairs of cranial nerves are presenting. There are 12 pairs of cranial nerves are presenting, and also here it consists of 12 pairs of cranial nerves are presenting. Here 12 pairs of cranial nerves are presenting and 31 pairs of the spinal nerves are presenting in our body. That means here 12 pairs of cranial nerves and 31 pairs of the cranial nerves are present in body, where they are present in somatic nervous system or a peripheral nervous system. Next, autonomous nervous system means this nervous system is not under the control of our body. So we can call as autonomous, or these are involuntary in functions. Here brain and spinal cord, they are involuntary in nature. They are under the control of our willpower, where they are here in autonomous means they are not present in our controlling. So we can call as an involuntary structures. These are where here this is classified into two types. One is called as a sympathetic nervous system, sympathetic nervous system, and a parasympathetic nervous system. So here this sympathetic and nervous system, parasympathetic, the nervous system, these two are opposite in directions. That means one is helpful for initiating the organs, and other one is a deceleration of organs. So here these are opposite in directions. For example, if you see in here a heartbeat, for example, if you take in place heartbeat, the sympathetic nervous system will increase the heartbeat. The sympathetic nervous system will increase the heartbeat. So heartbeat is increased. So we can heartbeat. So here increase the heartbeat. Increase the heartbeat. So here we can call as accelerated the neurons, accelerated nerves. Here this we can call them as accelerated. Accelerated means increasing the heart rate of the heartbeat. When continuously increase, it leads to the death. So that what happens here, parasympathetic nervous system will be decreases the heartbeat. Decreases the heartbeat. That means here neither increases nor decreases. That means one is increasing and another one will be decreasing. Likewise, for example, if we take in place the increasing the pupil, that means eye. The size of increase, the pupil is increased, that is here sympathetic nervous system will be decreases the pupil, the here decreasing the pupil of the eye, and the parasympathetic will increases the eyes. That means size of the eyes is increased, the pupil is increased, but here the sympathetic will be decreased. So here one is increasing and another is decreasing. So they are on opposite in directions. That is, both are helpful in increasing. One is increases, another will decreases. So other one, for example, parasympathetic, sympathetic is increases, parasympathetic will decreases. Parasympathetic increases, here sympathetic will be decreases. So that is where it shows the alternation, that is here opposite in reactions are taken place by the two systems, that is autonomous nervous system is classified into a sympathetic as well as a parasympathetic nervous system. So this is where the classification of the nervous system. So in the next class, that will discuss about how the impulse is transmitted. First we will go discuss about the nerve impulsion, how the transmission of impulse, how the action potential, and also the chemical impulsion, how is it taken place, that will be discussed in the next class.